Hello from gardening at Douentza here in Ireland, and I have a very exciting video for you today. You may think this is a small box, but it's a small box full of fabulous delights. So I'm going to unbox these summer dormant bulbs and we're going to pot them up and I'm going to tell you all about them. I can't wait to see what's in here. I'm so happy to get this parcel in the post today and I just can't wait to open it. So I guess let's get on with it. And I'm just going to snip it here with the scissors. Now, as I mentioned, these are summer dormant bulbs, so there'll be no growth. It's an ideal time to actually send something like this, and these have come from Greece, so pretty much the same kind of seasons as I have here. And I can't wait to share with you what we have, because they're not Greek bulbs. Oh no, we have some more exotic gems here. We have South African and we have Chilean bulbs. So here is a set of little packages, and I guess we're going to open the first one first. Now, each packet contains 3 bulbs and 4 of them are flowering size, and I guess we're going to start with this one here. And these first ones, I'm not going to try and pronounce the botanic name, but the common name is wine cups, and that's because the flowers have red at the base and purple at the top, and if you view them from the side then they look exactly like a wine glass that's half full. And here we have the little corms that look pretty much like pepper seeds. Aren't they really small? Now, these grow in seasonally moist wetlands. So in summer they're dormant because there's no moisture, and then the rain comes and they are constantly wet for the rest of the season. So that's how I'll grow them. I'll grow them dry in summer and I'll keep them moist from, well, once they start in to grow. I think the trick is to give them a little bit of water in October to just get them going. These are pollinated by the monkey beetle, which is very unusual because it can actually see red and most insects can't, and that's why this plant has evolved to have red cups. And as you can see from the picture, the flower has black blotches on it, which the male beetle mistakes to be the female beetle, and yeah, and you can imagine the rest. Okay, so that's them. Next up we have Romulea, and unfortunately he didn't have flowering sized ones of these, so these are a year old. Here we go with the little bulbs. Now these are kind of similar to the last ones we looked at, but they grow on cliff sides. They're also very rolly. So they grow on cliff sides and in damp dolerite clay. Now these are a rich red, a dull red, which some people call claret. Really beautiful looking little bulbs, and again dry in summer and just keep moist while in growth. And they start flowering round about March in this part of the world. And also this one is pollinated by the monkey beetle, so he gets around, and I can imagine that the black blotches on this flower are coaxing him in the same way as they did with the last one. Next up we have Ferraria, and some of you may recall that I grew Ferraria from seed 2 years ago, and they're still dormant, but this is a different variety, and look what I've got. Ooh, don't they look exciting? And 3 flowering sized one and a little baby, which is really generous. I'm very delighted with this. So this is a glorious warty flower and really quirky kind of thing. It's cream with a light brown crinkled edge and very warty looking, as I said. It's called the Starfish iris, and this is one for a pot, again in a greenhouse, which I will keep dry in summer. So we're going to plant these up now in a slightly bigger pot than the others and get them going. And just by way of comparison, I have here, this is some of the Ferraria that I grew from seed 2 years ago, and these are dormant obviously, but if we have a look in here, and if we go look closely, we can see that that's the corm in there, which is dormant at the moment. So imagine, compare that size to the ones we have down below, and you can see that these ones are a lot bigger. I will treat these and these the same, and hopefully come autumn they'll start into growth. And next up we have the glory of the sun. Now you've all heard of glory of the snow, which is a bulb that I grow in the garden, and it flowers in around about February time. But these are Leucocoryne, and they're from Chile. Oh look, and they are glory of the sun. And if I just want to mention that I paid for 3 flowering size bulbs, but I actually have an additional 2 in there, so I'm delighted with that. So this one is called Spotlight. It has kind of purpley flowers and a reddish stripe, so good stuff. And this other variety, the first variety, is called Spotlight, and this one is called Andes. And here we go. So, oh, look at that. So we've got 3 flowering size bulbs and one that's almost flowering size, which is really good. Again, purple and red in colour, and beautiful things, which I tried to grow from seed many years ago but was unsuccessful with, so I'm very delighted to get flowering sized ones at last. So to pot these bulbs on, I'm going to use clay pots for good drainage, and I'm going to use a very well drained mix. This is going to consist of 1 part potting compost, so we'll put in 3 of these, and 2 parts, you can use either sand or grit or perlite. Now I'm choosing perlite because these plants are going to live in the greenhouse, and perlite, generally speaking, is better at keeping things warmer in winter than grit. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. And what I'm also going to add to the mix is some fish blood and bone, just to make sure that there's some feed in it, and just don't really have a precise measurement for that. That might be a bit too much, but there we go. And then just give this whole thing a good mix. So I'm going to use this pot and that pot for the glory of the sun. Just put some mix into the pots. And I guess we're going to plant these bulbs 3 times their depth deep, so I'll just put them there, this one here, there, and there. And I have 2 little baby ones here, which I'm just going to put in with the other ones rather than messing around with anything else. I think, you know what, I'm going to put the babies just a little bit nearer the surface. So I've got those 3 in place, and I will just put some more on top. The babies in here. And some more mix on top. Now that was the hybrid called Spotlight. Now we're going to deal with the other glory of the sun, the one called Andes. And just put these in here. Place those in there like that. And of course, if unsure about which way up to put any bulb, then just put it on its side. But I think it's fairly clear with these ones that this is the upside, and that it's kind of the basal plate is the base. They look very much like tulips, really, don't they, in that respect, or daffodils, or many other things that we grow. So I'll just top these up. And now I'm just going to top dress these with grit, and that will just keep everything in place until such time as they wake up. Now I'm not going to water these bulbs. This is very important because they're summer dormant bulbs. I'm going to just leave them in a warm place in the greenhouse, a warm sunny place in the greenhouse, and wait until they wake up of their own accord. And now for the Ferraria, which need a bigger pot. Now these want to be about 2 inches apart and 2 inches from the edge. And just taking a look here, that's the base of the bulb. So this is the bit that needs to go down. Put that down here. And then that's the base. And that's the top. If in any doubt, put them sideways. But I think I know. And then the third one, base, top, down it goes. Now that's a little less than 2 inches apart, but I think it'll do, and 2 inches deep. So we'll just cover these guys up with some of the mix, grit on top. Now I said that these won't be watered until they show signs of growth, but I believe with the Ferraria, come October, it's a good thing to give them a bit of water and just get them going, and that's what I'll do. Just drench them once with water, and hopefully that'll be enough to wake them up and get them going. And that brings me to the end of this video about unboxing and potting up some very exciting, mostly South African but also Chilean summer dormant bulbs for use in the greenhouse. If you're interested in buying these yourself, I've linked to Liberto's Facebook page down below in the details of this video, so if you're in the EU you can check him out. He's in Greece. Thank you very much as always for watching, and do check back soon, well hopefully soon, to see how these do, and hopefully come autumn we will get some really gorgeous flowers. Can't wait. Thanks. Bye.